Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fox Den Inn. Yes, as you can see, we've got a few new pieces of technology. We've got ourselves a thing called Face Rig. It's intensive as all hell. It's a great program. Get it. Even if you don't stream or do anything like that, just get it, because it's a lot of fun. They've got so many different avatars. I chose this one because I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. Um, Anyway, point being, thank you, Jess. Jess is the one who got me that through a humble bundle, and as well as several other things. Like, she's fantastic. She is my fiance, so I guess I do have a bit of bias and prejudice towards her. But even if she wasn't, she'd still be a fantastic person in my eyes. Um, Point being, we're here to play a casual or even a casual professional run of Sultan Sanctuary. This isn't a speed run. It's more walkthrough than speed run, but at the same time, it's not exactly a walkthrough either. Like a casual, professional speed run walkthrough. I don't know. Point being is, if you ever see me look to the left, it's because I am reading off a bit of a script that I've I can't say the word, but drafted up really quickly. I mean, when it comes to my scripting, I'm terrible. I can't even English half the time. Point being is, I need to stop rambling. So, in this run, we'll be focusing on several key skills or talents, however you wish to call them, while adding some optional skills or talents for some better tree pathing, on top of the better item find or several other optional reasons. The key skills in this build are light armor 3 and heavy armor 5. You need light armor 3 in order to wear the tarnished coronet. That increases your damage, your attack damage, not your magic damage. And the heavy armor 5 is just so that you can protect your body and legs, as you will probably be using a blacksmith's gloves as well. That gives you strength plus 3. The other things, when it comes to the optionals, though, this is where things get a little bit more varied, and then anything after that is completely on your personal preference. So, Magic 2, fantastic to have. Lets you use basically every buff in the game that's of the arcane tree. It's totally acceptable to have a Magic 1 that will get you a good, a good handful of spells that you can use right off the bat. Specifically, Venomous Blade is fantastic early game. After that, though, like I said, Magic 2, for a bit of a casual player, you'll definitely want, because it saves you on the item called File of Undersight, and those let you, well, see specific creatures and monsters in this game. Instead of it being an item that you have to go buy or farm, you can just use the spell then. Sell the rest off, get the extra money. The other thing that you might want to consider getting is Prayer 5. Now, the reason I say this is because I more recently discovered that at Prayer 5, you can have a spell, I think it's called Guardian Blade, and point being is every single auto attack, or we'll call them auto attack, every single attack becomes basically 2 hits. So, imagine, if you will, you take a swing, and a magic ethereal blade comes along and swings again. So your 1 dagger swing was really 2. Otherwise, Prayer 3 will get you the best healing in the game, where Prayer 1 will give you Sacred Linens at least, which will remove all, if not close to all, wounding that you currently have on your character. Finally, Daggers, Whips, and Shields 5. You want those because I personally am a bit of a loot fiend. I love my loot, so that'll definitely help because willpower increases your loot item find. On top of that, it increases your stamina, which means you can do 22 attacks and then still be able to roll. Overall, it's not the greatest stat to invest into. You're not going to do any more damage. You're not going to do any less. But you could be doing different skills for sure. I'm just a bit of a loot fiend, so optionally, I tend to go Daggers, Whips, and Shields 5 for that willpower. After that, it's all personally based off of what you want. Like, if you want to use a Great Hammer, go ahead, use a Great Hammer, just spec into Strength. After you get the cores and maybe some optionals. There are items in the game that require you to have Prayer 1 and Magic 2. These are weapons, just to even use them. Otherwise, you can't use them. But I think that's like 2, maybe 3 weapons in the entire game, so that's just kind of the downside to it all. What else is there that I gotta think of? Otherwise, I mean, this build is pretty much based around dex on willpower. There's a little bit of dex infusion on top of that, but that's because you have to get the dex in order to get certain things. On top of strength and endurance and etc. etc. But the simple point being is it's mostly willpower based, and that's not really a scaling scat. Scat? Scat? Since when were we talking about shit? Point being is that's not really a scaling stat in this game. When it comes to your damage, it just is a stat to help increase. Well, I guess it does help your damage. Point being the build it is, you can be a dexterity champion, you can be a mage, you can be a priest, you can do anything you want because it still leaves you the flexibility to put the points in those specific nodes, skills or talents or whatever you want to call it. Work up towards whatever weapons design that you currently like, whether it be daggers, whips, or Grim Reaper scythes. Point being is it just lets you have that flexibility while still giving you a very base core understanding of what you need to do for this game and get good at it, basically. That said, Jess has been here the whole time. I asked her politely to mute, deafen herself so that I could get the intro done, but she can more than likely come back now, and I love her with all my life. Yeah, I guess that works too. I love her with all my heart, and we're gonna get started in some Sultan Sanctuary. And now I'm gonna go get a drink and go to the washroom. Ow! Mao? Jess?
Mao.
Mao, you can come back now. I've done my intro.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I wanted to do, was just quiet while I do an intro. Maybe my outro even, but that depends on how much you talk to me. You gotta think. It's going on YouTube, so associations.
Mm-hmm. He's crazy. He's crazy. And I know he'll look at this later, but he's crazy. I want Simba! Dumbo! Mr. Bird Patchy.
Rar?
Rar.
Damn it, I forgot my drink.
Pork. I told you he's crazy.
I wonder if anyone heard that.
I did.
Probably then.
Well, let's do some fun things for when you edit bits.
Fair enough. Make sure it's YouTube appropriate. And without further ado, Jess is back, I'm back, everyone's back, we've got our drinks, we've done our things. I'm gonna get myself
never
situated and... Yeah, I know you never left, but... So, here we go. Sodden Sanctuary. So we got Redfoxmage. That's just what we're gonna go with real quick. Do some quick character customization. Alright, so now we're gonna get into some super quick details rather, about each of the classes and what they do, what their specials are, and etc, etc, etc. And I say specials loosely because they're not really special. They're no different from each other, except for where they start on the skill tree, and what items and stuff they start with. So, a lot of people probably started with a knight, a paladin, or even a hunter. And I can tell you this now, they're all crap. They're like the worst goddamn... Well, except for maybe the paladin. But they're like the worst classes in the game. They're so slow and they're so bulky in the beginning of the game. It makes it really hard to play. So, personally, I pick the pauper, the cleric, or the thief. The reason simply being, thief starts with daggers, cleric starts with holy and light armor 1, pauper starts with nothing, which means I have free range to do whatever I want. In all honesty, I am probably... In all honesty, I'm probably going to go with cleric. Now, as for the effects, red shards are basically useless. That's if you want to play co-op multiplayer. That's for that might be useful, and this might be useful, but this is the most useful. The Amber Idol is an upgrade tool. It costs 10,000 souls, and transmuting item. That's a bit more explained later, but long story short, it's like taking your dagger, turning it into a better dagger. But it also requires 10,000 currency, which is salt in this game, and that's kind of hard in the beginning to get to. So it's pretty useless, and you don't even need to worry about it, as you'll get 2 for free without having to farm for it or anything throughout the game. As for the crystal spheres, they change the religious sanctuaries into whatever your current religious affiliation is. Grasping Ring increases the amount of salt that you get. There's also one other thing I'm going to show real quick. If you're not a block-heavy player, right, and don't use parrying and things like that, you totally can put no blocking on. But just keep in mind that you'll never be able to use a shield. Ever! No healing applies to every point of healing that I know of. At least it used to. Trust me, I've tried all these. They're assholes. Except hardcore mode, because I know I would die pretty quickly on that one. Anyway, so without further ado, we've got our character. She's all, yes, she is all dressed up and everything. She's a cleric with a grasping ring, and we are on our way. Welcome to Sodden Sanctuary, ladies and gentlemen. This world has known war for centuries, but peace is finally preciously near. We deliver the princess to the kingdom across the sea, where a marriage alliance would save us all. Failing the mission would surely plunge us into darker days. Yes, Patchy, we hear you. So, the first thing you're honestly going to want to do, take your shield off. Why? This drops your equip load under 10, and with your current equip load being as is, this means that you now roll the fastest. I'm going to go ahead and say most of you have a general idea of how to play, but if you're using keyboard mouse, left click is normal attack, right click is heavy attack, shift is to roll, control is to block, and control plus left click is to parry, space is to jump, E and Q, can't really tell here, but E and Q changes your items, F is to use it. Now that's it! So, another thing a lot of people don't know is that you can skip that cutscene right there. And you don't even need to fight any of these. You can just roll past them. And look at that, we're right at our first boss. Another neat trick is if you keep jumping like that, you get a few extra feet onto the boss. So immediately I did a blessed page. And I'm using a dagger because I'm just comfortable with it. That was a stagger. That is a thing in this game. You will stagger enemies. This is the first boss. He is not a pushover, but I'm making him look like it because I understand his 3 attacks. That's the hardest hitting one, and that will almost guarantee kill you. Almost every single time. That's... When he goes down like that, he's going to do a lunging jump. When he brings one arm up, he's just going to pound the ground. It's like his medium attack. That's his slow attack. And his heavy attack is when he brings both arms up into the air. Going back to the equip... Oh, shit. Going back to the equip load, this is what I was talking about. Having the low equip load means you can just roll past the boss. Not having the low equip load means you will roll into the boss and then get pushed back in front of him. He will then do damage to you, and you will die. A lot of people are wondering also right now, why am I not using heal, my cleric skill? That's just simply because I've done this boss a million times. And 2, if I do heal, it reduces my stamina, which means I'll have less chance to do a 3 attack and roll. Try to do only 3.
Excuse me.
Because if you do the 4th one, while it does an extra 16, or it does an extra 6 damage to the hit, and technically would make it faster. See, that's what I meant. I switched to my mace, and I rolled in front of him, got pushed in front of him there. But I do know how to play a little bit here, a bit better. And it's just a matter of... That was really close. I thought I got hit there. It's just a matter of being patient, whittling them down, 4 damage a hit, until that happens. If you're quick, you can get the jump off and jump and catch some of that money. But it's incredibly difficult. It's almost frame perfect. And for the money you get, it's not worth it. Failing this mission, which early plunged into darkest days, I awoke to the sounds of waves washing on the rock. And I knew I was alive. I must find the princess. That screen happens whether or not you win or lose the fight. If you win the fight, though, as you see, you get a shimmering pearl, a drowned tome, and a level, which is a black pearl. As well as 8,000 salt, but seeing as I have a grasping ring on, that gives you 8,800. That gives you 8,800 for the simple reason that 10% of 8,000 is 800. I'm just gonna blow through those couple of guys super quickly. Yeah, I know, speedrunners will be all like, alright, just open the chest, and then they can't hit you, and etc. I don't care. This is casual, remember? So this is for Sanctuary. You come to Sanctuary, you select the Earthen Vessel, which I'll get into religions in a moment here. You could have an iron thing. You could also have a Calabranda. I don't remember or know how it's called. Point being is, you could have one of those 2 things. It doesn't matter. You select that, you come up, you hit F, you level up. In this case, you get 10 points. Now, I picked Cleric. Cleric starts literally here and here, which is good for me. If I picked the Pauper, it would have started there, and if I had picked the Thief, it would have started here. Not exactly close to show you, but here, 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 or rather the Cleric starting points. Here, Cleric starting points. Point being is, we need to go into light armor and heavy armor, right? So, I definitely need more light armor, and I like my whips. So what I tend to end up doing, is doing this. Couldn't remember what I normally did. There is a method to my madness. Give me a moment. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or because I'm probably going to get whips anyway. Alright? And I do want that dagger skill. I'm probably just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 that way. And that way I avoid getting 2 points in tech. I do avoid getting 2 points into dexterity and 1 point into endurance. But then I also get 3 points into willpower. I get my endurance there, my 2 points of dexterity. Anyway, skill tree is very, very well done. After that's done and I get into here and here, I'll be able to get light armor 3. I'll be able to get hunters 4, or yeah, class 4 hunter, I guess. 5 daggers are there. You cannot get that class 5 without getting 3 or 4 first, so I have to go up here. And yeah, with that said, that's that. Heavy armor's over here. I went down like this so I can get the pulse approach. And then up like that. Okay, done. Awesome. So, first boss, technically, done, dead, easy, no problem. There is a well-known bug in this game. It's called jump roll, or quick jump, or whatever you want to call it. I have it bound on my key on my mouse. I also have the wrong profile open, so let me just change that real quick. Okay, so I have the key bound on my mouse, and this is what happens, is you literally jump and roll at the same time. You can do this with your own manual dexterity. I just did it there, I just did it there, I just did it there. Point being is, it's easier if you can get a macro. It only works if you're standing still. And, I'm being interrupted.
Are you doing laundry?
No.
Can you pick your nose for me?
Huh?
Can you pick your nose for me? My mom's gonna bring over some lasagna for you.
Okay. 1 second. I'm recording. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Interrupted by my roommate and landlord. Awesome guy. Super cool. Anyway, back to what we were doing. Neat thing about this game is people who have died recently will get hung up. And this will happen periodically throughout the game. As you can see, there are special combos for basically every weapon in the game. And getting hit right now sucks a little bit. There's a lot of things you can do in this game. There's, like I said, that. You can do that while on a ladder. It causes an interesting effect. It's just a ladder glitch, I guess. Let's see if I can't find a ladder. The thing with the ladder is you have to do that while also holding up, or it might work while holding down? I'm not sure, I've never tested it. That guy can hit really hard, and to a casual player, will probably kill you. Alright, so here's a ladder. This is an infamous ladder, because remember that first boss? You can technically get back to him. You gotta stand here, hold up on the keyboard, and then start doing that jumping glitch, and this is what happens. It's just a glitch for some reason. Let me see if I can do it while pushing down. Oh, yeah, you can. It's a neat little glitch. It can actually save you, for speedrunning, it saves you tremendous amounts of time. In fact, even just doing this saves you tremendous amounts of time. But that's not why we're here. We're here to show you the game in its proper form, have some fun, show you some neat little things I've learned about the game, and, yeah, again, have some fun. These guys are assholes. I'm surprised I'm not dead. I never got into the religions. So I suppose while I'm going through this, I will explain religions in this game really quickly. There are, I think, 7 or 8 different religions. You can only start with one of 3, though. The Iron Ones, the Order of 3, and Devara's Pilgrims, or whatever. Devara's Pilgrims is where I found, the Holy 5 spell. Ethereal, or Guardian Blade, sorry. And, that's why I picked them again, on top of the fact that I'm already a cleric. There is no point, basically, to religions other than what items you want to get, so if you're going to be focusing more on melee and stuff, go with the Iron Ones. If you're going to be an all-around, go with the 3, and if you're going to be a bit more of a mage, go with Devara's Blessings, for now. If you're going to be a mage and not a priest, eventually you can get the Guild of Fire and Sky. Or, I think that's what it's called. Point being, is you get to them, and they're far more suited for magery than the priest's religion. I'm gonna say he's dead. Oh, never mind, he's not. So that's a journey bottle. That's the equivalent of leave your message here. People can find them and pick them up. Also down there, I opened up a shortcut so that if for some reason I didn't make it to this checkpoint that's right here, or just didn't do it for some reason, you, can get back nice and quick and easy. This game is chock full of checkpoints and secret little rolls, like that. Alright, so this is technically the first boss of the game, but this is the second boss of the game. It's one of those weird things, because either you beat the first boss or you don't, and it's as simple as that. And if you don't, then this is the first boss, and if you do, this is the second boss. But he's a big chump. Like, I'm just gonna use a dagger and some bombs on him. Remember what I said about jumping? Might give you some extra feet. Thank God grenades don't friendly fire. I preemptively used that. I looked the wrong way. Wow, this is like the worst Sodden Knight I've ever done. This is the worst Sodden Knight I've ever done! I'm dead. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Sultan Sanctuary. If you're just dumb about it, you're going to blow your one simple chance to fight the easiest boss in the game, and, now I gotta do it the hard way! It's like spit all over my screen. Oh god. Oh my god, I went into the... Oh my god, I'll be right back. I need to fix this. Oh, good job, Pat. Good job, Fox. Good job. Way to spit. Like, oh, okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So we're gonna try to Sodden Knight again, except I don't have my bombs now, so I gotta do it the hard way. Quote unquote. So he's got his lightning attack there, just don't be in the punch range. Be careful of every single attack he does, because he can follow it up like that. I got a stagger on him. When his eyes light up, that's when he starts getting a little crazy. Come on, motherfucker, get out of the corner. There's a trick. There's a I don't know if it's a bug, but he can hit you up into the air and just knock you right off the entire stage. Oop. So, see, that's why you don't do the fourth. I don't even like the third attack because it's got such a long attack animation. And I forgot about the fourth attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Poke. Done. Okay, so that's how you succeed on the Sodden Knight without the grenades, and that's also how you fail on the Sodden Knight with the grenades. Just throw them in the wrong direction, throwing knives in the wrong direction. Like, that was just bad. That was just plain bad. It didn't make me look professional in any way, shape, or form. I'm just going to come down here. We're going to use the fortress key that you get from killing that guy to open that door up. We're going to talk to this guy, and we're going to say yes. Because you do have a quest. You have to go save the princess. This is Mario, apparently. If you're using keyboard mouse, C space, C space, C space, C space. That's how to quickly go through that dialogue. If it's more than one line of dialogue, just keep spamming space. This is the first technical hidden area, though unfortunately there's not much you can do here. So, moving on. Now, there's two ways you can go. We're going to go the default story mode way, and go over to another thing. You'll also be noticing that I'll be picking up stone XYZs, so stone guys, stone steel swords, stone blacksmiths, things like that. I forgot I don't have that yet. And they are used to, well, you know what, I'll just show you right now. I probably need to anyway. Make offering, blacksmith, and merchant. Perfect. Like I said, Sell Sword is literally for co-op multiplayer, and it's garbage otherwise. I have nothing to sell. I should have equipped the rogue stuff, though. I'm going to level up 2 more times. That'll give me 4 points. Tree of Skill. We're going to come... Excuse me, game. We're going to come back over here. We're going to go... like this. Like I said, you need level 3 light armor for the Tarnished Coronet, which is surprisingly coming up soon. And the other thing that I've been picking up are bags of salts and things like that. We're just going to save those for the moment. And I'm just going to blow through these guys really quickly. Grab that stone guide. Come up here. Hit this. Come up here. Another secret, by the way. This game is chock full of secrets. So if you see me do something and just not immediately explain it's a secret, sorry. These guys are assholes. They will toss their axes from a million miles away and still hit you. Not only that, but they've got a... that. I just call it a berserk attack, I guess? What? Also, when they're doing that, it's impossible almost to stagger them and get them out of it. So that's why I call it a bit of a berserk attack, because they're going to start beating on you whether you like it or not, and you're done. That's a bit of a trick, though, in all honesty. So it is harder than it looked there. I got a little lucky he didn't just immediately do that. Another thing that you should note is if you knock them down on the ground like that, just stomp on their face, because there are some enemies in the game where they get down like that. You hit them 1 or 2 more times to thinking they're dead, and then they just get back up and start wailing on you. And you just cry a little bit because you're like, ah! So I just knocked down a ballista trap there. And this place is really dark, so I'll light a torch to show you guys what's going on, but it's basically this. That's it. Couple chain items in here, and you leave. That elevator will move later, but for now, not concerned about it. There's no more bad guys for a little bit, so that's why I'm not healing. And hey, look, it's the old man from the beginning of the game. And you just talk to him, and he basically tells you to go back to the start. So you're just like, great, thanks, asshole. Crack those open, grab a little extra. I would have laughed if I took like 1 point of damage there and died. Jess has been really quiet. I don't think Jess is here. I think Jess left at some point.
Jess is playing League.
Jess is playing League! Who's Jess playing?
Who am I always playing?
Icebird!
No, fuck Icebird.
So...
I'm playing against this tiny purple bitch.
Tiny purple bitch? You're talking about Fizz?
No. I'm playing Azari against tiny purple bitch. Where's tiny purple bitch? Vigar.
Purple? He's not purple, he's blue.
Whatever fucking color he is.
Man, you're you're colorblind sometimes.
No! Fuck!
So that was another secret there. Sounds like Jess died. There's another thing down here. You could fight this armor mite, he's called. I just do this. Hey, look, you attacked me. Right off the bat. Good, awesome. Come on, come on. There we go. Bye. I just walk over there, grab the stone mage, come back. He's kind of not worth it. He's just really strong and beefy and doesn't exactly give a lot of salt. And, big waste of time and your poultice and everything. Oh, right. Here is the merchant. Sort of. We're going to talk to him really quickly. But he basically tells you that he was on a ship and he would sell stuff and everything, and now he's trying to buy his escape and get off the island somehow. Anyway. That's just... Anyway. So this is where you get your Tarnished Coronet. As you can see, it's not there right now. It's also, I think, 5,000 gold. Fuck off, Blade Wrath. Oh my god, we're not doing this. Okay, I made it. You gotta remember to hold up when you get to a ledge like that, or sometimes you just don't grab it. And then you fall, and then you die, and then you cry. And then you're salty. Because Sodden Sanctuary. There is a speedrun trick right there. It's called picking up the guide without opening the door. This is another secret. It's always the second torch down, so count it with me, people. 1, 2. And then you can drop down here. Don't be afraid of taking too much damage. You will take damage, though. Grab the Kismet Stone. And speaking of rings, I'm going to equip the bandage. Something you can't do in this game. Just like in Dark Souls. Can't equip rings or anything else while on a ladder. Probably something to do with coding. Those bats, I think, have like 5 health. So I think you could literally just unequip your weapon, punch them, and still kill them in one shot. There's a trap right here. We're going to use it. Not for the dog, though. Come on. Remember how I told you to hit C? Now I'm biting my own words here. We're not hitting C. Oh my god. I just wasn't trusting. I wasn't risking it. All for a bill of return, some 500 salt. Just wasn't risking it. Oh my god, I got ripped. I got ripped apart there. Fights super hard knight guy, doesn't risk it. Goes up to normal guys, gets immediately annihilated. Welcome to Sodden Sanctuary. I haven't technically lost any salt, FYI. Unlike Dark Souls, Sodden Sanctuary, the salt goes to the last thing that killed you, so if you've just jumped off an edge, it materializes into another worldly creature. If it what do you call it? If an enemy kills you, they get the salt. They get a bit of bonus health as well. And I think they do a little extra damage. There we go. Sorry, those blade rats are really hard to kill with just a dagger. Like, really hard. So, my suggestion is maybe use a mace.
Oh my god.
I keep forgetting to do this. As you can see, I'm putting my equip load back up. I don't like shields, personally. I easily could have put the no blocking modifier on for this run, and wouldn't have cared. Thankfully, the weaker of those two took the salt, so I mean, normally they die in one hit, it died in 3. Ooh. If it were the Berserker, that was the other one. It would have been a bit tougher. Also, a fair note to keep in mind is if you see a bunch of dead bodies laying around, be prepared for an ambush. The game is very clever about giving you enough notification and hint to say, like, hey, there's something maybe here, but not enough notification and hint to actually give it away. Like there, for instance. If you don't know that's there, you know, you're not going to know, but this dead guy here possibly is your hint. So, this is the final boss of the game. It's a scarecrow. Yes. Completely disobey it. So if it says that it will kneel to you and your gut is telling you to say no, say yes. Why? There actually is no reason why. Not that I know of, at least. So this is a blacksmith. This is where we get our first permanent endgame item. The blacksmith gloves. Kid you not. And remember that trick I told you about, the roll jump? Well, hey look. You can do things like that. Which, you can do that anyway. But this is just the short and quick way around it. No. Yeah, you gotta watch these guys. They're a bit of an asshole. Thankfully, these ones specifically don't come back. When he staggers like that, I always think I'm gonna knock him down, and then I can just hit C. Alright, thanks for the free hits. Just like that. And then you can pick up the Faithful Ring, which I don't honestly remember what it does. We're gonna come up here, we're gonna go back the normal way. I'll show you... I almost got hit by that. I'll show you the normal way of going about things. But remember the... Oh! Berserker here, cool. But remember the endgame boss there, the final boss of the game there. I wasn't trying to spoil it or anything, by the way, but I mean, the game is getting kind of older now, so not concerned about it. Also, like Dark Souls, whenever you rest, all the enemies respawn. Drop down here, drop. Come over here, hit the breast, done. Cool. Actually, no, I'm gonna level up. No, level up, not take oath. If I took the oath, that means the people I'm with get a little pissed off at me, not overly. And I can't take their oath anymore until I atone of my sin. Cool. So, I need 2 more levels. I have light armor 3. I can wear the coronet. I'm just gonna do the quick little jump over here. Essentially, I'm just speeding up time a little bit as in the places I can speed up time that I know how to. Stop poking me! Cool. So, that first boss I fought, like the very first one on the ship, I used these things called Blessed Pages. They were buffs to my weapon. You definitely want to use them here. These are red shards, by the way. I'm gonna use a couple of them. Also, I just randomly got 38 salt. That happens. That just happens. I'm gonna hit a Blessed Page now. This one's a bit trickier on the jump because there is a lip of a roof at the beginning there, and so she can do a lot more. I gotta be careful of this because she can hit really hard, really quickly. That's not what I wanted to do. I did not want to waste the Blessed Page. Fuck! See, this is what I mean by really hard, really quickly. As soon as I got up, I tried to roll and get out of the way, and she delayed it instead of doing what she normally does, which is normally just, you know, attack, kill, die. Anyway, I will be right back. Stop. Oh. This whole going to the washroom thing sucks. Wish I were a robot. I guess I'd need oil changes then. I don't remember where to get Blessed Pages in this game, besides finding them. So we're just gonna have to do this like the other fucking boss, like the Sodden Knight. I'm just gonna hit this and start jumping into trying to close the gap a little bit. That's why I'm going to avoid using the jump roll trick to like close gaps or basically exploit it. If she moves, by the way, she's not going to turn around. It's when she does that that you have to watch out for. See? And just like that, she's dead. Unless I'm dumb and get cocky. Oh yeah, I forgot she can do that. When she gets really pissed off, she'll do her sword thing and then spin like that. And that can hit for a lot. Ah! Whoa, I thought it was done. Alright, there we go. Queen of Smile's dead! I smile because she's dead. Alright. Also, keep running over the bosses a couple of times. The game likes to be random, and it's the same amount of money, but random on when to drop it and how much kind of thing. So you might get like 1 coin that's worth 1, and then you'll get like 1,000 coins in one bundle. Neat little trick if you know this. You can just jump down like that, basically. This is what would be considered a abuse of the Kraus trump. Just being able to hop around everywhere. Those markings, by the way, we'll get to those later, but that's a skill that you eventually get. This is going to be a level up gem, as well as a shortcut. And we're just gonna abuse this a little bit, actually, here. To save some time, we're gonna talk to grab a bundle of salt. He wants a bag of earth. And if you give him a bag of earth and answer his questions 3 correctly, then you get a full set of armor. This is technically another secret, or shortcut, sorry. And specifically, I'm gonna beat this guy up, and then get behind him. Or get above him for the item that's up there. Because it will increase attack range. He's also a bit of a beefy bitch. He likes to burp out this really, really poisonous cloud. Like, it will turn you poisoned very quickly. And it will do a lot of damage when you are poisoned. So, we have our first 2 charms. Specifically, I want the Pale Charm because dagger, dirt. And I want a Bloodflower Charm there. I do want to put on, technically, like a spear or something. And this lady is for atoning your sins. I'm just gonna do this real quickly. I went a little quick, so the game hadn't loaded that in yet. Anyway, you can buy the Evanescent set from her. You can cleanse any corruption you may have, and if you've pissed off religions, that's how you remove sin. There's nothing else here, and this place is literally for no reason at all. So one of those weird neat trick thing— oh, I didn't do it there. One of those weird neat trick things you can do to save time is— yes, you just saw that, right? Those guys have 10 health, but being so highly physically immune, I'm having a bit of lag issue there because I think because I glitched it like that. Game's being a little derpy on like, oh god, what did he do? He skipped an entire scene. And we're gonna hit this, we're gonna grab that Vile Hawk ear, we're gonna hop up here, then we're gonna hop up here, we're gonna kill this Vile Hawk. Neat other trick, by the way, I'm trying to explain every trick I can think of as fast and as calmly as possible, but another trick is the ledge grab trick. It gives you invulnerability frames, much like rolling does. Also, that's a thing, yes, if you roll, you have technically invulnerability frames. Point being is, when you're on a ledge grab like that, you cannot get hit, no matter what. Specifically in the animation of you pulling yourself up.
Petchy.
And we're gonna come over here, beat up these raiders real quick. Grab this item. Yes, I know there's a knight up here, but I have no healing left. Oh, I almost walked into that and probably killed myself. Yes, I know I'm abusing it again. I'm sorry, guys. But this is the exact same, I'm not doing anything you couldn't normally do. Just trying to kill some time, or save some time by, going quick. We're gonna level up again. Get a couple more levels, and maybe that'll be enough for Light Armor 3. We'll go to Tree of Skill, and of course, it is enough for Light Armor 3. We even have 1 skill point available. So, with that said, I'm going to put the 1 point into the poultice pouch and start heading up towards heavy armor 5. I know, you guys are going, but, like, where's the damage and stuff gonna come in? You don't need to do damage, you just need to be patient. Though I will admit, damage does help. This is why you have a spear, by the way, people.
I hate shiny purple, dude.
Vigar? Yeah, Vigar is...
Yes.
He's the master of evil. What do you hate about him, though, is a better question.
Like, everything's fine except for his fucking trap ring.
Yeah. That's basically why people play Vigar. So, easy chip to beating these guys. Just put them in the corner like that, and then you can pick up anything that's there by just spamming the C key, or your loot key. And yeah, there you go. Those are called saltless, and they can do a fuck ton amounts of damage.
Fox,
What's up?
I have a question for you. I've been assigned. I have autofill activated now.
Yeah.
Does that mean I could technically be assigned to like jungle?
Yep.
Fuck. I'm fucked if I get assigned jungle.
It's not likely to happen. They've really fine-tuned it. So like you're not a jungle player, and you have never really done it in your life, so it's probably not going to give you jungle. And the only reason it would ever will assign you autofill is if it finds a game and it's like, all right, this person's got autofill enabled. This game has 9 out of 10 people, and all they need is a support or something like that. And they've been in for a little while, so let's just throw this person in.
Mm.
That's basically what autofill does, and it's like the dumbest and smartest idea ever. It saves queue times dramatically. I mean, I think one pro player waited 2.5 hours for one game.
Fuck that noise.
Yeah, like, we're talking challenger level. They wait a long time between games. They were playing full games of Overwatch between games of League. Yeah, they were playing League and Overwatch at the exact same time. And when Overwatch being Overwatch, you know, if a game of League popped up, they'd just alt F4 and start playing League. It was funny as shit, but at the same time, pathetic. No, I don't want to take the oath. I want to level up. Alright, so we're going to get 2 more levels here. That's going to start getting us into heavy armor. Berserker is really nice because it gives you both hammers and axes. So you can do 2 different weapons. Though they have very similar skill sets. As you can tell, I now have that 5,000 gold. I've killed the Queen of Smiles, which is what you need to kill in order to get the coronet. And now I can just come over here. Floyd wants something. I can just come over here. Beat that up, beat them up, beat them up. Yeah, I know an item drop, I don't care. Skullbats actually have, like, the most common drops in the game. Thank you! God damn. Okay, so remember how I said that guy didn't have the Tarnished Coronet before? Well, since we've killed the Queen of Smiles, of course, boom, there it is. I was right, it was 5,000. We now have 2 pieces of endgame gear. I kid you not, those are endgame gear. Blacksmith's gloves and if you're attack damage, of course. the blacksmith gloves, and the tarnished cornet. That's it. Done. Boom. Endgame gear. Alright, so we're finally getting to that point where I probably should stop recording so that I don't have a billion years, it feels like, of editing to do. And before I do that, the last trick I will show is do not spam the use key. Time it out when you're doing something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 3, 5, 6. As I spam the key. If you time it out, you can do all of them, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This will be useful later when I buy like 89 pouches of salt and get 8,900 salt, which will be nothing. 2 levels, maybe. And that won't happen. And even then, it won't happen for a while. So anyway, we're going to go finish off the tree of skill here a little bit. Get that. I'm going to make an offering for a guide. So we can move around. And I think cleric will have... Let's just grab a couple... Oh, I can only grab one. Shit. Well, alright, that doesn't matter. So we have a guide here. We can travel
Fox, I need your help.
to the Bandit's Pass. I can go check the cleric. What's up, Jess?
Somebody, they banned Sona and I'm support. Or they didn't ban her, just somebody picked her.
Okay, so then pick someone else.
No.
Who do you have? Click the support button. See who you have.
Fuck me. Fuck me.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me do my closer. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning into this Sodden Sanctuary playthrough so far. This is the first episode of hopefully many. I really, really need some criticism and feedback here about how the videos are progressing. I am doing my desperate best to make sure that I get myself up and running as best as humanly possible. Some of you might actually be questioning, like, why are you getting a headset and a mouse and face rig and all this other stuff before getting your computer fixed and everything like that? And the simple reason is some things are donated to me very generously, and other things are just completely out of my range of being able to get. My computer is 14 years old. In order for me to do upgrades, I've actually got to really do some research and digging into what I need. My motherboard is just some shitty little $60. Anyway, I'm ranting on. Point being is, have yourself a great day. Stay awesome, everyone. We'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye. Like, subscribe, all that other jazz.